video is here. So I just finished. It is, what is it, 4:30. I started at, I want to say it was 3:15, so a little over an hour. The last thing is finishing up in the air fryer right now. I made 2 different types of potatoes, 2 different types of veggies, and some chicken meatballs for the week. And typically we try to do batches of food like this over actual meal prep because meal prep can get really boring. Sometimes we don't want that exact meal, and Josh and I both eat different amounts, different things, so this allows us to be flexible with the types of foods that we're eating and also still grab and go stuff as we need it when we don't have time to cook throughout the day, throughout this week. So I'm gonna go through and show you exactly what I did today, but we do this with a variety of different vegetables and just different options, so it's not the same thing every week. The first thing we want to remind you is, number 1, you have to season and cook your food well in order for it to taste good. If you're trying to eat healthier and start eating healthier and you're eating plain chicken, plain veggies, plain potatoes, and not really switching it up as far as what you put on it, it's gonna get old really fast and it's just not enjoyable. So I'm gonna show you our spice drawer, and this video is inspiring me to redo our spice drawer and make it pretty and a little more organized this week. So that will be the next video. I'll show you guys how I do that. But we have easily 20, 30 different types of seasonings in the drawer that we just use for everything. We have our favorites for sure. My go-to, and this is courtesy of Chef Pop, aka my dad, black pepper, garlic powder, sea salt. We use sea salt, he uses kosher salt, and then olive oil. You cannot go wrong with that mix on anything, but sometimes we like to switch it up and do like chili lime or buffalo chicken or garlic parm. You know, the options are endless, and you don't have to steer clear of spices and sauces and dressings and things like that. There are so many healthy options out there. There are so many different options out there to just spruce up your main meals a little bit. So my goal with the food prep is usually to do 1 to 2 types of protein. I'm gonna make some chicken breast tonight for dinner, so I didn't include the second one in this video, but I made chicken meatballs, and then we like to do a couple different types of veggies, and then if we have potatoes, we'll do either 1 or 2 types of those as well. So that's what I did today. This will probably last us a good 4 to 5 days, unless Josh is like eating the entire house, but we try to make it last. So I'll throw these things on salads. I'll make little rice bowls, which we just use the ready rice, so I don't prep that ahead of time. But here's what I did. So for the asparagus, I just did olive oil, sea salt, garlic powder, and that's all I did on that. And then I just sauteed that in a pan. While that was cooking, I chopped up some potatoes, and we just got the baby potatoes from Costco. These are so good and so easy to make. I chopped these in half, olive oil, garlic powder, paprika, and sea salt on the baby potatoes, and I put those in our little air fryer. I'll link what air fryer we have in the description of this video. So those took about 20 minutes in the air fryer to get all crispy, and they came out perfect. While that stuff was cooking, I prepped the meatballs. I will put the meatball recipe on the screen here. We have a couple of other videos with the meatball recipe, but the beauty of the meatball recipe, which is something my dad came up with, is that you can have variety with these too. So we usually do buffalo chicken, but this time I did the garlic parm, and we just used this seasoning here. I'll put a little overlay of the picture of what we used. So I used that with 2 eggs and then 2 cups of breadcrumbs. Mix it all together, cook it in the oven. So we have the oven, the stovetop, and the air fryer going all at once because it saves time. And then while that stuff was cooking, I prepped the other 2 things that I was making today, which are Brussels sprouts and sweet potatoes. So the sweet potatoes, I just cubed them up, put the chili lime seasoning on it that we got. You can get this on Amazon. It's really good. It's super easy. So I threw that in the air fryer once the air fryer was opened up again. And then once those are done, I chopped the Brussels sprouts in half. I did olive oil and the Mediterranean seasoning that we have, and just sprinkled that on that and threw that in the air fryer once that was done. So each of those took about 20 minutes or so. So really just the longest part of this was waiting for the air fryer to be available again, just because it's super fast and easy. And I was able to finish it all and clean up before Cora woke up. And now we're just waiting for the last thing to finish and we'll be good to go. Super easy, super quick. Even if I made these exact same dishes next week for food prep, I would just switch up the seasonings or the sauces that I had on them. So instead of the garlic parm meatballs, I'd probably do buffalo chicken or keep them plain so that we could dress them for salad. So again, keep it basic, but don't be boring. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen me hashtag basic not boring. That's sort of like the motto I've dubbed for how we choose to eat. It's very basic, it's very simple. We, have these pieces of protein, carbs, and fats that we prep, and then we throw them together to make a complete and balanced meal throughout the week. We don't prep every meal that we eat, but we prep this stuff so it's easy to throw together for lunches, or if there is a night where we just don't have the energy to cook dinner because it was a crazy day with 2 kids, we have something on hand in the fridge that we can just heat up and we're good to go. So, you okay? Are you spitting up? So it keeps us on track to our goals. It keeps us feeling really good. All of our meals stay balanced, and then we sprinkle in the fun stuff. So drop any questions in the comments. Hope this was helpful, and we'll catch you in the next video, right? Yeah. Thanks for watching.